What is that process of pickling into the wood? Balsa coring. Alright guys, welcome back to the harbor. Actually today on Anclote River in north of Tampa, Tarpon Springs. Real quick here though, check out Manatee coming up to say hello. Good morning. I've got a really cool boat to show you guys today. It's a 2002 56-foot ocean yacht, super sport. This is a fishing machine and she sunk. So obviously she's gonna have some issues. Let's hop on board and see how bad the damage is on Nasty Habit. Now the Cockpit is the focal point of these big sport fishers. Beautiful teak. I like the gray caulking rather than the black. Keep it a little cooler. Got a wet bar across the bulkhead there. Access to the engine room. Storage, fish locker, fish boxes, tackle boxes I should say. And well, these rocket launchers did lose part of, well, pretty much lost one, the starboard outrigger. Port side outrigger is fine. Whew. Let's take a look around here. Normally these got a nice integrated handle that you can't even see, which you definitely need to because it doesn't have a whole lot of side decks, but you need that to hold on to, so that's gonna have to be screwed back in. Big, beautiful black windows, a lot of superstructure, a lot of buffing and waxing going on these boats. See here, got into the wood, balsa coring I assume, but yeah, window's fine except for the scratches here, a lot of gouges, but definitely gonna have to be repaired. I think you can leave the window in to do it though, I think. Outrigger still laying here on the ground, but I'm sure that's just going to be scrap metal at this point. Here we've got a davit for a dinghy or a jet ski. Super duper large bow deck. It's smooth. It does have a non-skid ring around it, but it is smooth in the center, so hold on. Look at that. It's like a slide. Massive, massive brow. Detailer's nightmare right there, climbing that thing and buffing it. We got a Lumar windlass and aluminum bow rail all the way around. Keeping her nice and light. Still fairly early in the morning, so we're in the shade on the good side here, but I'll take you along. The side looks fine on the top side anyway, above the rub rail. Let's see down below. Alright, it's got the same issues on the other side. The vent piece has been snapped off and they've got it covered there. Definitely needs a bottom job. Got pretty good slime growing on her. That's the least of the concerns. Got a little bit of a shine to her. See, this morning dew is beating up. Got our fuel cap here. There's a diesel. Yeah, all in all, this side looks not bad. Really, the boat itself doesn't look bad. Unfortunately, the big problem is she took on a lot of water. She sunk. I like the gray caulk lines in the teak. Looks like somebody used to do some spear fishing with her. Got the transom door for sliding in big catches like tuna, making life a little bit easier. Get this open for you. Here she is, Nasty Habit out of Cape May, New Jersey. Swim platform is pretty well destroyed. See that crack all along there. Crunched up here. quite a bit of storage here across the bulkhead. We've got a bait sink there for, you know, cutting up bait or cleaning fish. Kind of a good spot for that. Refrigerator and access to the engine room here. We will check that out in a little bit. Here we've got a cockpit steering for backing down at the dock, making it a little bit easier. All right, let's head in the salon and then we will check on the Flybridge. Let's check out this hay bike. The first e-bike I've ever owned. I've always wanted one. Reached out to Hay Bike and they sent me one. Look at this tiki bar. Cruise and a boat ride. This is a collapsible bike. It'll fold in half so you can make it a little easier to store. This is the Ranger S model. This thing will go, I've had it up to 30 miles an hour nearly. I think 29 was the top speed. And it's the first one I've ever owned and I love it. You got all of your information right here, your battery life and your miles per hour. You know, you can pedal just very gently and get a little bit of exercise and go 25 miles an hour, or you can turn it off completely and just pedal. The bike weighs about 75 pounds. There are smaller, lighter options, but this bike has the big tires. It's a heavier bike, and if you are like in the islands or, you know, at port somewhere and you don't have a vehicle, this is like up to 30 miles an hour. I mean, you feel like you're actually on an old school moped or a traditional scooter. You can actually go from one end of the island to the other, you know, depending on how big the island is. But some of those smaller bikes, easier to pick up and stow away, but you definitely don't feel very safe when you're out on the road. It feels a little bit chintzy. This thing is solid. With the fat tires, you can ride this thing off-road pretty well. I mean, they've got specifically off-road models, but this model does both, really, I think. I will leave a link in the description below. Hay Bike, Ranger S model. Whew, yeah, she got wet in here. All the way to the top, it looks like. So let me just read you here what we've got. Boat must be moved after the sail. Tide surge from Hurricane Helene caused the vessel to submerge. Engines, electrical, and all soft goods are saltwater damaged. The starboard side outrigger was ripped off as well as the handrail. And the engines and generator were drained, pickled, and barred over when the vessel was raised. So that's good. They did get the carpet ripped up, but not completely out. Oh man, and this is when it gets scary. She's gonna need to be completely rewired. Repowered? I don't know. I mean, these diesel, honestly, once you get all the electrical taken care of, these diesels, if it's been pickled and barred over, might just be able to keep them. I'm going to try to move slowly here so I don't get too many complaints. People have suffered from seasickness on some of my videos, but we're working on that. All this just needs to be torn out. I mean, the door was open when I got here, so it doesn't smell too bad, but again, the door was open. Definitely got some mildew started. Headliner down, carpet out, furniture all out. Here in the salon anyway. But great views though, great visibility through these massive windows. As I said, we've got curtains. Ooh, looking scary down there. Better turn the light on here. The galley is really nice and spacious. Feels a little bit more like a kitchen. Fridge is gonna have to go, but I don't know, some of these cabinets, yeah, these cabinets did not sink, I don't believe. These seem pretty dry. Stayed high and dry. This headliner looks good in here. probably went down. It was just sit and bow up, perhaps. I don't know. Tell you what, though, these Sportfishers are not cheap. I was just at the Palm Beach Boat Show, and something like this, 56, brand new. Whew. $4 million maybe. So starting bid on this is $15,000, I believe. All right, let's go down and check out the damage. Get some black mold growing. Yeah, it's getting musty and moldy down here. Dang. No bueno. Master stateroom under the galley. Yep. I don't know, would you rather have a molded out boat or a fire burned out boat? I'd rather take a burned out boat. Hot water heater. I feel like either way you got to tear it down. At least you don't have to deal with the black mold. Yeah. There was fishes swimming in there at one point in time, it looks like. To port, double bunk room. That wedged shut. Should be able to get under another way. Washer and dryer. Big V berth, boy. These things are spacious. You could definitely be a full-time liveaboard on these big ocean yachts. Really a pretty boat in the water when they're running. There's all the plumbing. You get a demo crew in here and gut this baby back down to the fiberglass. What's going on here? There it goes. There we go. Full stand-up shower. Filthy. You can get a demo crew in here and get it all gutted, cleaned out. This interior stuff is, you know, I mean, a lot of good finished carpenter work, which isn't cheap, but it's not massive. It's not like this is a 3,000 square foot home, you know. So you get the right guy in there, you can knock this out a couple months. 15,000, you know, if you got this for 50, put 150 into it, $200,000 for a boat that's cost millions. All right, let's go down in here, see how bad the damage is in the engine room. Pickled and barred over. I know what barred over means. It's when you just turn the engine over by hand. And I understand what pickled means to a degree. I guess it's where you open up the engine, make sure there's no water in it, and fill it with like oil. Is that correct? I know that's the idea. You're preserving it from being salt water corroded, but exactly what is the process of pickling? If somebody could drop that in the comment below, I would appreciate that. To be honest, I mean, it's a mess, but I have literally seen, you know, again, it's a mess, and it probably was a mess before it sunk, kind of seems like. But as far as like corrosion and stuff, I've seen engine rooms just as bad or worse that didn't go to the bottom. But the electric, that's what's Yeah. I mean, it's got to be 50 grand just to rewire this boat, right? Any electricians out there? Let me know. Well, the staterooms are worse than I would have hoped. And the engine room is, I don't know, kind of looks better than I would have hoped. He's got batteries just thrown in here. You know, once these things get popped up, I think it's kind of just a hurry up and throw stuff around, make sure she's not going to sink again, and pickle the engines, whatever else little minor things you can do to help it stay preserved until the new owner can take over. But I tell you what, I bet these, if it was pickled, I bet these big old man diesels are ready to go after extensive service and maintenance work was done. Pumping it. Fighting chairs. Those aren't cheap. Let's see, how does this door, maybe this is why she's open. No, she's just open. It's hitting something, but she's sliding really nicely. Oh, there's a little something there, a bumper or something. She slides good though. It's not all warped. That's a solid slider right there. Alright, let's head up to the bridge. She stayed high and dry up here. This is where you'd want to be, backing down on the fish. Nice, you can see right onto the cockpit when this isinglass is cleaned or rolled up. A lot of seating, great place to hang out while you're running. This boat is built to run fast, offshore. You know, getting up here, you see, it seems pretty clean. Like maybe the you know, previous owners were taking good care of it. The cushions are all in really good shape considering the year. We've got our analog gauges, dated Ferrino, electronics. She's gonna need an electronic package. So we're gonna go higher than the 150. I bet it's gonna be hundreds of thousands to get her running. Alright, here we go. Here's some big Ferrino electronics. If you're redoing everything, probably gonna want new equipment. Ship to shore radio. Got a hatch here, access the hard top to keep her waxed, which is the reason why all of this white oxidation that's on the outside of this isinglass, that hard top has to be continually kept up, buffed, waxed. Otherwise, it just creates a mess. You got white oxidation running down all the isinglass, then also running down the black windows. Just a real pain in the butt. This is cool, see-through top here, so you can, like I said, you can see down. Good visibility, watching your clients catch fish. Now, there's definitely more economical fishing packages that will get you there, but not in the comfort and style that this thing will. I mean, this is a beast. You could easily, very comfortably spend 2-3 days with a lot of guys on this boat, out fishing, you know, marlin tournaments, tuna tournaments, or whatever, wherever you're fishing. But what do we got here? Part of the pickling process. Some kind of pump. Mr. Manatee. Alright, let's see what we got here. Lazarette. How's she looking? Get a light turned on for you guys. Yeah, she got a little muddy. air conditioning. I can hear that water underneath. It doesn't sound too far away. Let's check a few more of these hatches for you. Oh, she's full. That macerator pump needs to be worked on. Check one more. Another pump, another big kill box. Holding some water. Alright guys, well here we go. Over here on Yacht World. 2002 56 Ocean yachts, and they're looking at the look like $400,000 range. So yeah, this one was, you know, it's priced at $15,000. Amazing. But you know, these are older boats, and you know, again, brand new. It's amazing what these things go for. But 300,000, 400,000, yeah, you're gonna have to get it pretty cheap, because there is a lot of work that needs to be done. I don't know how much. I'm not really great at spitballing and throwing out numbers, but I suppose if you could get it all done for $100,000 and you were into it for like $150,000, you're half price. I don't know. Let's take a look at one of these real quick. You know, and again, maybe you're just going to use it as a real fishing machine, and you're just going to go really low budget, no frills, get all the mechanicals working, and not even try to finish it off like this inside. Just do a real basic remodel, and you know how to do it yourself, and then I guess you'd be all right. But I just thought they'd be worth a little bit more. Here's a real pretty one, the blue hull, well maintained, 1999. Let's see if we can see in the interior. A real pretty one. Got the yellow hull. So that's what it used to look like. Yeah, again, I guess if you're gonna bring it back to this, I don't know how much money you're really saving. Might be throwing good money after bad money, but if you're just gonna really go through it and make it no frills and clean it up, and you can get your hands on a 56 Ocean yacht for 20 grand, you know, that's hard to find. Anyway, let me know what you think about this boat, guys. I've got another one coming up. It was actually submerged, or not submerged, but stuck under a bridge and got crunched. The whole hardtop got smashed down. So that boat's coming soon. That's going to be a really cool boat. It's a 76-foot Horizon. But anyway, let's go back to the video. Appreciate you guys watching. I will see you on the next one. Got more boat show boats to come, and going to be hitting the Sarasota Boat Show here soon. Always got more salvage stuff to come as well, and permission to lay ashore.